This video is going to walk you through how we scaled For Wellness from 20,000 per month to 200,000 per month in 7 months using Reddit forums. If you don't know who I am, my name is Paul and my team and I grow e-commerce brands through video-based strategies on social media. At this point, we've spent well over $15 million on social media ads, and we've learned firsthand what to do and what not to do when it comes to growing online businesses. When I first met Greg, the president and CEO of For Wellness, a brand that sells health and wellness supplements, they had been struggling to scale and they'd already worked with 3 different marketing agencies. It had gotten to the point where Greg told me he was running his own ads because of how much the agencies had been underperforming. He thought that if the agencies weren't going to help him grow the brand, then he might as well just save the cost and do it for himself. Now, before I go into how we helped Greg scale to 200,000 per month, there's something that you should know. For Wellness is a celebrity-owned brand, and if you're into golf, you recognize the name. If not, go onto Google and type in the name Phil Mickelson. Now, usually this would be music to my ears. Running ads for a brand that is backed by a celebrity normally means more authority, more credibility, which leads to more trust and ultimately makes it easier to get new customers. However, when we partnered with For Wellness, Phil was getting really bad press at the time about his decision to join a new league in Saudi Arabia, and it was fucking brutal. Up until this point, For Wellness could use the connection to Phil to help them get new customers, but now all of a sudden, every single ad that had Phil in it would just get a load of negative comments from a load of savages, and it was relentless. Our first priority was to find new ways of getting customers that did not rely on Phil in the slightest. While we lost our main competitive advantage, it forced us to go deep and granular when it came to understanding the psychology of their target audience and what made their product so good that people kept coming back again and again. And this is where Reddit gave us an edge. And by the way, this isn't just something that we've done for Wellness. If you click on the link in the description, you'll see how we've used this exact same approach to scale one of our brands from 40K to 600K per month in 5 months. Now, when I say Reddit gave us an edge, I don't mean we ran ads on Reddit. We were still mainly running ads on Facebook and Instagram, but we used Reddit to help us identify the exact messaging that's gonna get people who never heard of the brand to want to become paying customers without mentioning Phil in any of the ads. This is an important point because where a lot of brands go wrong is that they focus on the competition instead of their customers, and they're thinking too much about what their competitors are saying to sell their products. And if we did this, we'd be making ads that say, try this coffee supplement, it helps to eliminate jitters, it helps to reduce brain fog, because that is what everybody else says. But I hate to break it to you, doing what everybody else is doing and copying them, it's not gonna grow your business. Instead, focus on the customer, which is exactly what we did for Wellness. We spent hours going down rabbit holes on Reddit to understand exactly what customers were saying, thinking, and what they actually want to see from a brand like ours, instead of just guessing and throwing out a load of marketing jargon. The reason Reddit is one of my favorite places to find out what customers are actually thinking is because this is where they are ruthlessly honest about what's on their mind. And yes, you can ask your customers what made them buy from you, and that is going to be useful, but it's not going to be as honest as how customers in the market are speaking amongst themselves when you look at places like Reddit. You also want to know how the market is feeling as a whole and not just your customers, because it's going to help you understand what people like about what already exists, but it'll also help you identify opportunities in what customers wish they had but are not currently getting from other brands. As soon as we started opening different Reddit forums and engaging with people on the platform, we started to notice specific trends, patterns, language, and tonality. And one of the things that kept popping up was that people like the idea of coffee that is good for you, but there was a group of people who already love the taste of their coffee. They didn't want to replace it with something that tasted earthy, even if it was technically healthier. This was a perfect opportunity for us. The product we were focusing on at the time was called The Good Stuff, and it wasn't a coffee replacement like a lot of the mushroom coffee brands out there, but instead, it's a supplement that you add to the coffee that you're already having. And that meant that if we position this in the right way, we could swoop up all of the people who wanted healthier coffee in the morning, but they didn't want to lose the taste of their favorite coffee. We started focusing on how The Good Stuff makes your favorite coffee better, healthier, but it doesn't take away the best part of your morning like the coffee replacements out there. And this worked unbelievably well. We were able to acquire new customers with half of the original acquisition cost and without mentioning Phil in any of our ads. As a result, we were able to lean into this and scale from 20,000 to 200,000 per month in 7 months. Try it for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Go to Reddit, find winning angles, acquire new customers for less, and then spend more on ads and see how quickly you can grow your business.